My name is Dr. Jennifer Taylor. I am an upper cervical specific chiropractor in Plano, Texas. And this is Camille Fair. She is one of my long-term patients. Not only her, but her entire family comes to see us. And how long have you guys been coming to our office?
Since my middle child was a baby.
And do you consider chiropractic like your family's healthcare?
Yes, 100%. As a mom, you want to be proactive about your kiddo's health, and you don't want to fall under the oppression of, pharmaceutical drugs and taking care of infections and ear infections with those drugs that can totally mess up your microbiome. So I really had a desire to find someone I trusted, and I was seeking out this help with dressing ear infections and possible ear infections that would come with my kiddos. And then just that adjustment is amazing immune support and body can function properly if it's in alignment. So I actually have been to chiropractic since I was a young child myself, and was seeking that out for my children. And I actually saw here at this office with Dr. Taylor a completely different way than I'd ever experienced before. And that was making sure that the atlas bone, which holds the weight of the world, that is not in alignment. Everything is not working properly. It's a circuitry board, right? And if the atlas is out, then that circuit's not going to light up. I actually have a fun little story to tell. My daughter was having crazy headache pain and ear pain, which I thought might be an ear infection. But what it turned out to be was that her atlas was out of alignment. And once it was put in, which is a very, very non-intrusive, it's a precise thing. So it's not like it's easy, but it's crazy, unintrusive, not painful. And my daughter had that happen. And she got up from the table and just said, "Mommy, that was like magic." And it just, her eyes lit up, and I was like, thank God, oh my goodness, she's pain-free again. She was 8 at the time, and she just was having crazy headache pains and an ear pain that night that was causing her to stay up all night, and I got her in first thing in the morning, and it was gone after the atlas adjustment. I had turned away from pharmaceutical drugs, if you will, with my kiddos. But yes, I had been through the gamut of going to the pediatrician with my firstborn, and rounds of antibiotics he was given for various things, never addressed it from the root cause, didn't get rid of things. And chiropractic does that without destroying your gut microbiome. And it's such a wonderful thing to have that tool that's really like supporting your kiddo's immune system instead of destroying it. So just super grateful to have that, so I can be more of a proactive mom in their life too. With my daughter, I thought it might be a ear infection. And then I have another, she plays hockey, and her teammate's mom is a chiropractor as well. And she goes, "You know what, Camille, this might not be an ear infection. It might be something structural." I'm like, I'm taking her to my chiropractor tomorrow morning then. And it was just such a magical thing to see happen. It was.
Well, especially somebody that young.
Yes.
I know, I know a lot of people think that, chiropractic's a placebo effect or things like that. But, an 8-year-old is not going to necessarily think that that is a placebo. They're going to feel it. The innate ability for the body to heal from the inside out is there. We just got to get out of our own way.
That's right.
And so we're always trying to use medications to cover things up, or I always equate it to, you're driving on your car and your check engine light comes on. Are you going to just put a piece of masking tape over that and just pretend it's not there? Because you're just covering up the problem.
Right.
Instead of finding out why. So that's what we aim to do with our families that come in here. We aim to make sure that we look for the root cause. Sometimes there are situations to where you do need to get things taken care of. I mean, you're not going to come into me for open heart surgery or a broken bone. What you want to is you want to go to the emergency room for things like that. But to really keep the body healthy and give your body the best chance to heal from the inside out, you want to work on the foundation, which is the nervous system. It controls everything in the body. Now, Camille, tell me a little bit about your experience with chiropractic. I mean, you said you were going since you were a child.
Yes.
Before coming to our office with your traditional chiropractic, to what's different about the upper cervical specific type of chiropractic that we did?
I started bringing my children to Dr. Taylor first, and I had a chiropractor out closer to home, and I just stuck with them. And then I saw what my kiddos were experiencing, and I decided this is where I need to come. And the difference was really specifically that here, Dr. Taylor and her staff are looking for the atlas being in first and foremost. And if it's not in alignment, then that is what needs to happen in order for just the cascade of the whole body to function properly. So that was never something that was looked at before. I'm sure part of their way is to see if the atlas is that or not, but your way is
It's
not
just more specific.
their way. Yes, more specific.
Yes. And there's so many people out there that are getting fantastic chiropractic care. I think that chiropractic works 100% of the time, no matter what technique that you do. However, not every technique works for every body. You got to find the type of chiropractic that works best for you. And throughout my chiropractic, experience myself, I started in 1991 as an assistant. So what I experienced through all that is that, I saw so many people get well and, feel so much better. When I started working for an upper cervical chiropractor, it was like, wow.
Yeah.
That's when I decided, okay, now I'm going to do this too. So
I'm so grateful you did. I came here too because I had my hands were getting numb, going numb for no good reason. And during the day, obviously at nighttime, some that could be normal, but it was happening during the day too. And I just wasn't getting relief from that at the other office. And here there was x-rays taken of my neck, and it was figured out that it doesn't have the curve that it should. And all of that is really specifically looked at here at this office and with their technique, and it is improving. And he's just so grateful to be here.
have you noticed that is not necessarily considered chiropractic that you noticed have improved with your help since?
I just, I feel like just being in alignment and not having to take over the counter drugs to get rid of pain, and all of that is just leading me down the path to making sure you tap out. That's the thing. That's right. Yeah. That's right. I actually could speak a lot too. I've got 3 kiddos that play travel hockey, and it is a rough and tumble game. And because of their fear here, their bodies are able to take the contact in a much more effective way, and they can take the rigors of all of that because they're ensuring that their necks have the proper curvature, that their spine and their atlas and everything is in alignment. So when they take a hit on the ice, they can come back in a more effective way instead of be broken by it, right? Yeah, and so they're more effective athletes too, because of it. And it's just root cause medicine. what all chiropractic offers too specifically, but yeah. Here, it's really just the attention to making sure that one bone called the atlas is operating correctly, because then all the meridians, all the circuitry board of your body can function well. And like we were talking about, digestion, and your body's ability to produce hormones and digest your supplements and vitamins properly, because you don't have something turning off the ability to even digest, right? If you've got some sort of thing going on with your nervous system that isn't allowing digestion to properly happen, or even doesn't chiropractic do just allow you to fall into more of a parasympathetic?
Yeah, more balance.
More balance.
The sympathetic and the parasympathetic. Yep. Yeah.
So, yeah, we can rest and digest instead of run away from the tiger every day. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I was so happy to get to speak about what they provide here. They have a wonderful staff and wonderful doctors.
Isso.